Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Meet the Rams Softball Season 2, Episode 1. I'm here with our head coach, Shannon Gower, and our star utility player, junior, Kylie Barnes. How are y'all doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm super excited for softball season to be back. I've missed it. I'm ready for y'all to win some games. So, taking back to a little bit last season, things started out really good, and then kind of had a rough patch at the end of it. Obviously, I know scheduling has a factor to play with it, and it completely flips around this year. But as a coach and a player, kind of take me into how that season went for you and kind of some things I'll learn from it.
I think as a coach, I feel like we did start off pretty hot and we were doing well. We did have some tough opponents at the end, and that definitely does play a factor, but I still feel like somewhere in the middle, some chemistry, we were having some chemistry issues, and I feel like that really that's just my opinion, affected kind of the core of the group and just really grinding through the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I'd agree with that. I mean, at the beginning, it was going great. We were all getting along, and we were all working together. And I agree, we hit some rough patches as a collective. But I think scheduling, towards the end of the season, it kind of got into our minds of, okay, we're going good, and then we've got our harder teams,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of like, oh gosh,
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think we powered through it. I mean, I would have liked to split with USAO, but that's not how it ended up, and so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So does it make things a little easier now that it's flipped? I know last year, I don't want to say you played weaker teams per se, but you played teams like Oklahoma City and USAO and MACU who are all nationally ranked, or at least right there within it, kind of the back end of your schedule. Does it help a little bit playing them earlier this time, or doesn't it really matter?
I mean, who's to really say, right? You could look at it both ways. You've had all this season to prepare for that, or take them, get out ahead of it. But regardless of when you play them, they're always going to be tough, So I'd rather, personally not play Oklahoma City on senior day, especially that last go around, just because I feel like we were already kind of going down as a group in that moment. But either way, they're always going to be a good competitive team.
Mm-hmm.
So.
For sure. And obviously it's kind of a nice benchmark to see, hey, this team is ranked number 3, 5, 1 in the nation, kind of knowing what the standard is to get to that point kind of deal.
Absolutely.
So going into this year, so kind of take us into a little bit of your non-conference schedule. Obviously you guys travel to Mesquite this weekend. You go to San Antonio next weekend. Then you come home for your non-conference home games before going to conference play. Kind of just take us a little bit through teams you're going to play, all that kind of stuff.
We have a good little non-conference schedule. We always try to get at least 2 tournaments in. Mesquite was local, so we decided to do that one. We've got Tabor, Caudy, Texas A&M, Texarkana, and Bethany. So it's nice to see, a different pool of teams. And then we'll play Dallas Christian. And then we'll go to San Antonio to play Olu and A&M San Antonio. So we haven't seen those 2 teams in a few years. So it's nice to kind of jump over to a different conference and play some competitiveness there. So just something to kind of see where we're at as a group and kind of prep us for conference play.
For sure. And obviously we had some conversations outside of here. You love to schedule teams that are ranked in the top 25 in your non-conference. So why is that? Do you ever think, oh, well, we have to, to be the best, you have to beat the best? Or I guess what's that rationale?
Well, I mean, prior to, the rationale is trying to get in the top 25 before they actually just did it more so as a media thing, and that's to help with rankings. And because if you get in the poll, especially in the Sooner, it's good. It keeps us in a safe space to where we have opportunities to advance to opening rounds, especially with how competitive our conference is. And you have OKC, USAO that are regional hosts, so they got an automatic bid. So it kind of just gives us opportunities to kind of stay within the poll if we're able to. So we always like to plan a tough schedule or play teams ranked to try to get in there. So
nice. So going into your team a little bit more, kind of give us some highlights on some players who will make a big impact for you this year that either we saw last year or maybe some newcomers.
Ooh, I don't know, I don't want to just call out a couple, I feel like this team has good chemistry. I feel like our returners have done a really good job at creating the culture and just bringing all the newcomers in. We've got 2 new transfers this semester. we have a lot of athletes, and so it's a good problem to have. And so I'm really excited to open up this week and kind of see where we're going to place them. But I would say everyone's a leader in their own way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, but I will name one if that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
I will name this star player over here, Kylie Barnes. So just to look at some of your numbers from last year and everything, if I have my notes correct. So last season, one of the top utility players, make first team all conference. You hit a 443 with 62 hits, 51 RBIs, 15 doubles, 7 home runs, with a 714 slugging percentage. So on the offensive side of it, like, what is that next step for you? And then obviously we'll get into your pitching stats in a second. But yeah, when it comes to hitting, like, how do you take the next step to go even beyond what you've done?
I mean, just continue working, continue grinding. I mean, I really like to try and hit for a base hit to get the bat to the next person, and just to continue moving that momentum throughout the team. I mean, we've got great bats all throughout the lineup. So I really try to not focus on the big picture with myself, but with the team. I really try to, like I said, continue to pass the bat, continue to just keep it moving, keep the base hits flowing, and continue to be a fire for the team and keep the momentum going.
Yeah, absolutely. And on your pitching side, obviously that's why you're a utility player. So you had surpassed your win total last year. You went 11-11 overall. You had a 4.03 ERA with 81 strikeouts. And on the field, you had a 973 fielding percentage. Oh, also to add that you did unfortunately hit 29 batters, which is a school record. So, but hey, you're forever in the record books, not only for just that, you are also in for batting average and everything as well. But all that to say, where does the improvement come on the pitching side to make everything as a whole just complete, Kylie?
I think hitting less batters.
Okay. It's a good start.
Also trying to rely on my teammates and my defense to back me up as well. And, just trusting that they'll be back there to make the plays, to keep me up mentally, but to also stay strong when I am struggling, when, I do hit the batter, unfortunately.
It's okay. It's fun to watch. Not necessarily you hitting a batter, but it's fun to watch you pitch. You're incredible at it. So
Thank you.
yeah. Is there any new pitches you've been working on? Any new techniques or anything like that that may help you gain an advantage this year?
So I have a rise ball, but I added a drop ball to make the opposite effect.
Okay.
To, still have a fast pitch, but a different movement, perfecting the changeup for sure, and just continuing to perfect all of my other ones.
So you're from Burleson, Texas, went to Burleson Centennial High School, is that correct? So there's another player on the team, also star player, Haley De La Rosa, which hopefully we'll see sometime this season. You both made first team all conference, and you both made second team all region. Go together to high school, play together in college. Kind of what's been the impact for her on you personally, as well as how neat has that been just playing together, continuing your career together?
It's been great. I mean, I've known Haley since we were little. I mean, and then going to high school together, playing outfield together every game. I mean, there's just a trust and a bond that comes with that of knowing, this ball, Haley's got it all day. I mean, pitching, I can walk off the field knowing there's a pop fly to her. But just getting to know her and getting that friendship from her, I mean, she's there when I'm struggling and telling me, get it together. And, she's always just been that, solid girl that I want to back me up, that I want there in my corner. And, hitting as well. I mean, it's almost a guarantee that she gets on base. So, I mean, it's just been great. She's amazing.
Heck yeah, I love that. So we talk a lot about offense, so Shannon, kind of back to you here. In 2023 in the conference, you guys were 8th in offense overall. 2023, you go to 5th, and then 2024, I'm having the dates wrong. I am so sorry. 2023, you're 8th. 2024, you're 5th. And then last season in 2025, you guys went all the way up to 4th overall in the conference in offense. So how has that progression really helped you guys? And is that y'all's identity into helping grow y'all as a team?
I mean, I definitely like offense. You know, I tell the girls all the time that, you know, offense for us, you know, defense and pitching matters, but offense for us is going to keep in the lineup. Just because I like to make things happen. You know, I feel like, you know, you could have pitchers out there doing all these things, defense doing all these things, but ultimately we need to cushion some runs, you know. So it's nice. I mean, I think our returners have done a good job. You know, Kylie, Haley, them coming in as sophomores last year, they got familiar with the conference and the opponents, and they just crushed it. And so I think it's people just really kind of getting their feet wet, new recruits coming in, things of that nature. So they've done a good job.
Nice. So I have two separate questions, but I can kind of ask them together. So, like, as a player, what are your kind of expectations as a team, and like what are y'all's goals as a team, like this season? And as a coach, kind of expectations as well. And then is there anything that your team, you feel like you can surprise other teams that like they may not know about you?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I mean, I like to win. You know, I'm competitive. You know, ultimately, like we love our kids, you know, on and off the field. And so I feel like if you love them and you work them hard, like they're going to go through a brick wall for you. You know what I mean? So it's more so we want them to understand day in and day out the culture, person over player, you know, buy in, like there's going to be trials and tribulations, you know, but learn to push through together as a team. I feel like people are probably going to be a little bit surprised with just some of the new kids we brought in. Like I said, we have a large group of new kids that are talented, and they're making our returners work, you know, and so that to me is going to be a surprise. We have a really good group this year and a bigger team, and so we have versatility, a lot of versatility.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, what are your expectations as a player?
I'd agree. There's a lot of versatility. I mean, there's people that you could stick anywhere, and they would work and do their best job. I'm excited. I think we have a board of goals that we stick up in our dugout on game days of all of our goals that we wrote down. And I couldn't name them off of memory, but we look at them and we came up with them as a team, and we really try to stick to them every day, and you know, just being there for each other. I mean, the expectations are high. I would really like to follow through on all of our goals.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's all the serious questions I have for y'all. Shannon's gone through this before. You haven't, unfortunately, so you're kind of thrown into the fire. I always like to have like really fun questions to kind of just get to know everybody at the end of it all. So I have a few would you rather questions, actually, because I couldn't think of a single one of like icebreaker per se. So I've got three. So first up, would you rather go to jail for 4 years for a crime you did not commit, or commit a heinous crime and then live with the guilt forever?
Oof. I'd probably go to jail for 4 years.
Jail.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
The guilt would eat me
Yeah,
up.
same.
Yeah. Would you rather always be overdressed or underdressed?
Overdressed.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, I think I'd always be under. I'd rather be comfortable than like in a formal outing. I don't know. I really I love my wife, but I was so uncomfortable on our wedding day because I just don't love wearing like a suit and tie. That's just not me. But I guess I looked okay. She looked gorgeous. So that's all that matters. And then last question, which I had a really hard time figuring out what I wanted to do on this one. So would you rather always hit a red light or always have slow internet?
Ew. I feel like slow internet no matter where you are. Probably a red light. Just back roads, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
True. You
Yeah.
can escape with back roads. You didn't say anything about back roads.
That's true. It's just
Say
whenever
red
there's
light.
see, I was hoping to trip Kylie up because we're in the stage of internet here.
Right.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm like, you can always leave early, but like slow internet, man, it's just
Yeah.
insane. So well, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to come in here and tell us more about the season coming up. I'm excited to see how it goes. You guys tune in to ramsports.net for all the info you could possibly need. The season starts this weekend. First home game is February 20th against Tabor College. Please be there, and we'll see you all later.